Okay, so welcome to the Medieval Daoyin Study Group session. And I think last time we made a start on chapter 36, and that is symptoms of cold disorder. And we already started on the first Daoyin exercise where you stand up with your one foot stretched out forward as much as possible, and you trying to turn your hands so the palms are facing four directions. So yeah, I think we kind of decided that the palms are much lower rather than sort of shoulder height, so much lower. So then it sort of face four directions, and then you change your leg, so you do that several times. So then we're going to start with our next Daoyin exercise. So that's on page 222. So with this particular disease entry, there are actually quite a few exercises. So that's quite nice. So you can sort of have a few sort of as a series, isn't it, together? And this is all to do with cold, particularly below the sort of around your feet or legs. So, or not necessarily, because there's also sort of circulate, yeah, the whole body really, trying to generate the heat. So, okay, let's read the second Daoyin exercise. So that's on page 222. Again, it says, bringing both feet together, take hold of your legs with both hands and raise them firmly, your head moving towards your back. So you're going backwards. Do the movement reaching to its fully extended position 3 times, thrice 7 times. And then I think that's it. Let's just try to read a bit further, see what happened. Holding both feet firmly, stretch out both arms in opposite directions. Do the movement reaching a fully extended position of the body, arms and legs, twice 7 times. Yeah, that's a bit confusing, isn't it? Because it feels as if it's the same exercise, but one asks you to do it 3 times, 7 times, and the other one asks you to do it twice 7 times. And then it says this gets rid of 100 diseases generated in the orifices and deficiency and cold in the lower body. What do you think about, is it 2 exercises or 1?
It sounds like two to me. The impression I'm getting is you do a version with your feet together,
Yeah.
pushing out to the front, making like a V, sort of reminds me of like Pilates moves. And
Okay,
then
and
you
you just
separate your
hold.
legs
Oh,
and
I
then
Yeah.
see.
push out to the sides as much as you can.
Ah, okay. So do you think the illustration, which is figure 143, is more depicting the second part, which
I
is you
think so.
trying,
Yeah.
yeah, you're trying to pull the legs apart, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So the first one then is you bring your feet together and then you grab the legs. So maybe, I don't know, behind the knees or something, and you're trying to lift the legs up and your
Hmm.
head go back. Is that possible?
Yeah. So
And then I just can see
holding
that
the legs with the knee
you're
and
gonna
then following both feet.
sort of lean back with your legs almost like beginning to point towards the ceiling,
Mm.
and then you're gonna try to bring back again.
So I sort of envision it sort of similar to the picture where the you're sort of extending like it's like a V sit. Like I guess the question is when it says um, your head moving towards your back, does that mean to lie down and sort of put your feet up in the air, or does it mean to sort of move towards your back but then stick your feet out like that? So it's more like you're stretching like a V.
Yeah, your head is moving back. Yeah, but you're not completely lying down. You won't. It's not as low as that. It's just you
Right.
trying to move your head back. And so the character is head facing back, shake, like going, move back.
Would
And
it be rocking backwards and forwards, do you think?
yeah, it is rocking back and forward, back and forth.
Yeah.
But
But
we've
whether
seen different characters for rocking previously, right?
y- could be, so this zhen is almost like shake, So
It's
zhen
got
seems zhen
like thunder energy.
is not that character, but yeah, it has got that kind of connotation, but not as strong as the thundering zhen. This zhen is just like yeah, it's still shake, but it's referring your head moving back. Um, and then there is an extreme posture after that, 3-7.
Mm.
So you're holding your legs, and they are so before the head facing back shake is the face up, quickly uh, uh, grab the legs. Um, so
Mm.
it's quite
So
abstract,
can
but
I show you my interpretation? You
yeah,
could critique
go
it.
on, then,
Go on.
Jesse.
All right. Yeah, let's see if I can get a good
Yeah,
shot.
yeah, that's pretty good. Excellent, thank you. So you're holding, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
and then so
Oh,
your
rock,
head going back, and then you're then
Kicking my feet.
kicking
okay,
your feet. Yeah.
kicking,
Yeah. Okay.
right.
Because I assumed what it meant was sort of in the position with the legs outstretched, rocking backwards and forwards. That's what I
Mm.
assumed when I sort of,
I feel like I would just fall over if I rock too much. Like I have to
yeah,
Yeah, if
maintain.
you lean back too much, isn't it? You need to sort
right.
of find the balance of
Yeah.
so so is the rocking back and forth. I mean, it could be. It just you need to make sure you don't go all the way, then you end up lying backwards. Um,
So I mean, because
but
we have seen sort of specific characters for that
yeah,
rocking motion,
right.
which we're not seeing here, I feel like this is
Yeah.
something a little bit different. So I'm
Okay.
interpreting it as like, you know, sort of shake backwards, like you
Mm.
crack open and then close, and crack open and close.
Well, this one, you're just holding your legs and then trying to bring the legs up, and then
Yeah.
you're going back, head going back slightly, and then up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the second one, you're trying to pull your legs apart.
Mm-hmm.
And then rock backwards and forwards as well.
I think so,
Mm-hmm.
if you can. Should we try it? And then maybe we got some better idea
Yeah.
after we
So the
done it.
first one you're holding the legs, the second one you're holding your feet.
Mm-hmm.
That is a specific differentiation.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah. I think the first one is definitely said 捉两脚, so grab the two legs. Then the second one is if you want to um, extend the feet, your hands two directions, extend on two directions. It didn't quite said you grab the feet, but then I kind of feel like that's the only way you can push them out, isn't it? Otherwise, it's hard. But
but so it doesn't say grab
doesn't
your
say you
feet.
grab your feet. No, it just say
Okay, I think that would make it easier.
easier. Okay. All
And
right.
because I know in the picture you have the grabbing feet, but
Yeah.
we
No,
could try it both ways, but it might be
you're just
uh
grabbing your legs.
well or just like you know
Yeah.
But hold on. You need to you still
Okay.
need to grab your legs.
Yeah.
You
does
still
it
need
say
to
that?
grab.
Extended
Yeah,
position
yeah,
of
it
the
Yeah.
does.
extended
Yeah.
Because
position of the body and two
the
legs.
the hands two direction extending is assume that you're already grabbing the legs and then you are pushing towards two directions,
Pushing outwards.
pushing outwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it does say hold both feet, and so it uses in the first connotation it uses jiao, and in
Yes.
the second one it uses
So,
zu.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
So
So
is jiao more leg?
yeah, jiao is more like the whole thing, the leg.
Mhm.
The leg, yeah,
Will tend to be just the foot.
just the foot. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what's that? So oh, this is harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the body, the hands, the feet, they are extreme posture twice, 7 times.
Working on it. Work.
I mean, it's supposed to cure 100 diseases, so let's
Okay.
great. Let's have a try. So there are
Right.
two sort of exercises. First one, we lift our legs up, head going back, and then do that back and forth 3 times, 7 times, and then you're trying to grab the feet. Not necessarily, but I can imagine that's a bit easier. Trying to pull the legs out, and then you do that twice, 7 times.
So for the just with my little experience there, it
Yes.
was much easier to grab the big toe.
Oh, okay.
I think that grabbing like the picture grabbing the outside of the foot might be more challenging. So you could try and see what's easier.
Yes. Okay. Well, the first one. So do you then come back, just sit? Well,
Oh, bloody hell. I'm absolutely knackered after that.
it is quite hard work, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I
Ooh.
kept falling over, falling
Yeah,
backwards.
I know. It's hard to trying to bring the head backwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I find that if I move my head forward first,
Right.
then I go back.
Ah, okay.
So then I have that kind of, you know, so
Yeah.
this will help me to already lengthen the stretch the back, lower back, so opening the lower back a bit more.
Yeah.
Then I go back. Oh, I do find staying in that sort of extreme posture for a while, it feels good. And then because trying to stabilize that point where I don't
Yeah.
fall too much back. I also find holding my toes might be a bit easier. It certainly makes you sweat.
Yes. Yeah.
Pascal, you have no problem?
Pardon?
Pascal, you make it look easy.
I
Yeah.
try it more like without going down.
Oh, wow.
And what I feel is that it's really activating all the low back area.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
very heating, and I think it. But I didn't went back. I really stayed
Stay
empty.
Ah,
straight up
okay.
a bit.
And
Yeah.
So that's with your hands on the outside of your feet. So you're finding that easy.
I think it's more easy, yes. Than oh yeah, it's also possible on the
On the toes.
yeah, it's also okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
this is really activating all the low
The
back area.
back. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Do you
Well,
sweat? Do you feel hot?
I
Not
feel
quite.
hot, yeah.
Yeah, right, right,
I'm
right.
not
So do
sweating, but
I.
I feel hot, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, right.
wow, it's
Okay.
so beautiful in Switzerland.
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
That's 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 Pascal's backyard.
Oh my God.
Today I can be outside. It's really nice.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the first one, I think it's just so then you have the idea of the legs going up, the head going slightly back. And
Mhm.
then that's almost like in preparation for the second one, isn't it? Where you kind of stretch the legs out more
Hmm.
to the opposite directions. Yeah, I think it's the second one that's more challenging. The first one is, yeah, it's kind of okay. Um, at least you're holding the legs. So, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so
the first one seems to work a little bit more on the core, activating the core, and then the second one is like stretching the hamstrings as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the deficiency cold, so I imagine that would be sort of like, fascial stickiness, lack of function, adhesions, you know,
right.
things that gum up your legs, make them tight.
Yes. Hmm.
That's a great one.
Yes.
Hmm.
That's a,
It's quite energetic.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well, the second one also looks quite energetic to me, but we'll see. Again, it says sit cross-legged, pressing both hands behind you against the mat, with fingers pointing away from your body. Gradually lean your body back while strongly pushing your navel and abdomen forward to disperse the qi. Wait until it is big. Uh, it is big. So that's referring to this feeling of strongly pushing your navel and abdomen. Yeah, something like that. Okay. I'm not sure about it is big. Then swiftly return and release. Do this to and fro 7 times. This gets rid of cold below the navel, pain in the legs, and disharmony in the five zang and the six fu. Okay. So let's just, so you sit cross legs. You're going to bring your hands behind you and trying to lean back. So then the hands will then be against the mat. Then you start to push your navel and the abdomen forward to disperse the qi. Okay. And then you wait until it's big. So what do you think what that is?
So I think
大气.
the breathing is going to be a big differentiation in this exercise.
Okay.
So, if we're pushing our navel and abdomen forward because we're breathing in and filling our belly, right? Then when it would snap back and release, we would be breathing
Uh,
out.
breathing out. Wait. Okay. Yeah, because
So,
wait until the air is full, is fill the belly until it's big. Is that what you mean? Wait until it is
yeah.
big. Yeah.
And so we're sort of using our abdomen as like a bellows. So when we
Yeah.
we breathe in, we expand the bellows, then we disperse the chi by breathing out quickly. We squeeze
Come
our
back.
belly towards our spine
Right.
and then breathe in. This is how I would interpret it based on my understanding of breathing physiology. So
Right.
it's easier to like breathe out and activate the muscles. You don't want to be breathing out and pushing your belly at the same time. It's a little unnatural.
No.
So
Yeah.
breathe out to squeeze your belly in, push the air out your nose, breathe in till it's nice and big, breathe out.
Okay. So when you breathe in, your hands are behind you and you're pushing your body forward,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So we're
While
really
you're
letting everything fill forward and then we snap it back and breathe out
snap back.
fairly quickly.
Okay.
I don't know if we're like moving our belly. I think this might might be like isolating like the belt meridian or the transverse abdominis muscle, sort of expanding it, breathing out, squeezing.
Right. Right. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And so getting rid of cold below the navel would be like, when the belly is pushing outwards and is sort of static, your abdomen's not moving to its
Mm.
full extent with breathing. So I think it's
Mm-hmm.
like your breathing retraining to get your lower abdomen working.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we try?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a go.
Right.
7 times.
7 times. So it's not too bad. No, twice 7 times.
But,
Twice 7 times.
Oh,
Yes,
okay. Yeah, in the text it doesn't say that.
yes.
it does. It does. Do
In the
this.
English though, not
Oh, the
in
English.
the Chinese it's there,
Oh,
but not the
sorry,
English.
the English is bad. The English translation is not good. I have to change that.
I think I love hate this one.
What's that, Crystal?
Oh, this one we're trying now. I think I love to hate this one.
What do you mean? What,
Well,
you didn't like it?
I like the theory of it. I'm not so sure I like it. Um,
Right. What
it
what did it hurt anywhere?
yeah. Yes. Um, come down here. I don't know if sometimes um if I
Okay,
found that
yeah.
if I had proper cross leg, like it catches and it pulls on one side more than the other. So I don't know if you can see, but when I cross my legs like this,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I have to sort of put one and then the other in front
Mm.
to then get Here we go. Ooh, there's a
Hold
desk.
on. Can you put the other foot inside?
Put this one inside?
Let me see. Yeah, so one is in, one is out.
Yes. Yes, I started off not doing that. Then I realized I needed to do that. Yeah.
So I do it like so.
Yeah. Well, it started off kind of more like a scissor, but
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Is that
what
painful?
are we waiting to get big though? What is the it that is big?
Big just means, well, I think that's Jesse's interpretation, which I think is quite reasonable, and that is you just inhale.
Oh, okay, the breath.
So it's the cheese that fill the abdomen to be big.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised we don't breathe in through our mouth for this one.
No.
We did in other ones,
It
yeah.
didn't tell you
I don't want to be complicated. Just saying.
It didn't tell you to breathe through your mouth or your nose.
It doesn't, but
It doesn't, but normally it's through the nose though.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
how will you interpret this san qi before the
Yeah, I mean that's also what I'm wondering, because if you're inhale and then you're trying to push the navel and the abdomen forward, then you're going to somehow disperse the chi, but then you're waiting for this big things big, then you quickly reverse. So where is the san qi? Where is the dispersing the qi? When I was doing it, I was inhale, trying to push the belly forward. And then I kind of imagine holding the breath, imagine the cheese going out.
Right.
And then, yeah, but I don't know, the san qi almost suggesting you are exhaling, isn't it? But then you didn't say that. San qi is just dispersing the qi, is a very, in a way, is quite abstract because you're doing it internally. It's the internal dispersing the qi. But how do you do that if you're not actually exhaling?
Yeah.
Because you're with effort, navel, abdomen pushing forward, dispersing the qi. So I suppose you're pushing forward, you're pushing the qi out. You're somehow dispersing the qi
Yeah.
inside internally, and then you're waiting for this big, the chi to fill your belly big, and then you then quickly reverse back, return. And so you do that back and forth. I get really, really hot very quickly with my hands pressing back.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of makes sense with this kind of five organ, the internal organs creating this kind of harmony, because you're creating the space while you're pushing your belly out with the chi filled. And then, yeah, you do that back and forth.
Yeah. Because I found I've actually tried three different ways of doing it.
All right. What are the
You know,
three?
one was sort of lifting my butt off the ground.
Yes.
One was rocking backwards and forwards on my pelvis.
Okay.
And the last time was simply just as I breathed in, pushing out with my belly without moving my sort of spine.
Your whole body.
Yeah. But each one had a quite different,
Feel.
quality to it.
Yeah.
So are you translating the G as navel, like the
Ji, yeah, Ji is navel. Here is it lacks the radical of the flesh. Looks like moon.
Okay.
The flesh radical. It's like the fu, yeah. Fu has got the radical of the flesh radical. The ji here, yeah, it definitely means navel. It's not together.
Okay.
Because it's a 几下冷, it get rid of the cold below the navel. So, hmm. So are we lifting the buttock or not?
Yeah, I have a hard time, because when I'm putting my hands behind me with my fingers pointing back, like it makes sort of like a wedge, right? Like
Hmm.
Yeah.
my arms are sort of don't have much give, so I was having a hard time leaning back further because it was like leaning
Right.
into my arms, which weren't really mobile in that position.
Okay.
So
So,
it would sort of push my hands into the ground more, but I
right.
had a hard time really like rocking with it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I almost feel like I need to lift my whole buttocks up in order to push the belly forward.
Okay,
So,
lean your body back gradually. So it should be a sort of like a controlled movement.
gradually moving back.
Gently,
So,
gently. So it might be a subtle movement. It might not be like a big movement. It might be a little bit more
gradually
subtle.
moving back.
Mm.
So I'm
Yeah,
still lifting my buttocks though. Or
Yeah.
don't lift your buttock. But I don't have,
But
if I
do you
don't
think
lift,
the instruction would actually say that if that's what it meant?
well, it
It's difficult to
depends.
say, isn't it?
Because it just says use with effort the navel and the abdomen push moving forward, facing
Yeah.
forward. So you're gonna somehow pushing your navel and the abdomen forward.
But I mean, it's then what is forward in parallel with the ground, or is it upwards?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, because your hand is going to be behind,
Yeah.
and then you're gradually lower your body, then
Mm.
you're pushing. It almost feels as if you're pushing the once the hands are eventually at the on the mat, your
Yeah.
whole body is almost facing tilting towards the
Yeah.
ceiling
Yeah.
a lot. So if it's interesting is cross leg. So then your hands to back, your whole body starts to tilt. So it's going to be facing the ceiling, isn't it?
Mm.
Or could it be facing forward? It could also be facing forward if you're more upright, and then you're just
Yeah.
putting the navel and the abdomen
mm,
forward, then you don't need to lift the whole buttock up.
That's right. Yeah.
Ah, okay, I now see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can now see you can either do it just by sitting and then pushing
Yeah.
the belly
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
or you are more as in almost like this position, which is more
Mm.
like the illustration is showing,
Yeah.
completely
But
off.
you can also do it, as I said, by rocking on your pelvis.
So you mean
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
oh, just do it like this kind of motion.
Yes.
yeah, I find it also interesting not to lift. I try it, and I think it's more easy for me to concentrate on the belly without.
Okay,
Yeah. Without lifting.
Yeah,
without lifting.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you don't lifting, you just do it like this,
Yeah.
more like this kind of motion.
yeah, could be also. Hmm.
Yeah, then it's very concentrated, isn't it? It's only on your lower abdomen,
Mm.
when focusing on the lower abdomen.
Yeah.
Also the back, because you're contracting and
Yeah,
relaxing the back as
yeah.
well
Yeah.
by doing that.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. Oh, I mean, these exercises, they're in a way almost similar in
Hmm.
some sense. So the working on the lower back and Yeah, okay, cool. Let's try the next one, shall we?
Hmm.
Again, it says, press both hands against your lumbars. Draw your shoulder blades as close together as possible. All right. Turn your body to the left and right, to and fro, thrice 7 times. I think we should be able to manage this. This gets rid of cold in the navel and abdomen, tightness in both shoulders, and disharmony in the chest and armpits. Let's have a go. I think this is quite fun.
Oh, nice.
I think it's the challenging part is just the shoulder blades go back, isn't it? As far
Mm.
back
Yeah.
while you're turning. So after a while it's it's quite painful, quite rigid. But yeah, I mean I can see so there's you have to be in that position while turning the body. So that adding extra sort of pressure, trying to keep the shoulder blades as closely as possible. Um, yeah, tightness in both shoulders and disharmony in the chest. So it's obviously opening up the chest and the armpit. Okay, I quite like this one. What do you
Yeah.
think, Crystal? Do you like it now?
Yes, I like this one. But I
Okay.
like twisting ones, so
You like
it's
twist.
usually not so bad.
All right, you like things to be twisting. Okay,
I
left,
don't, yeah,
right.
usually they work out quite well, so
Right,
I'm
okay.
not surprised.
Good,
But
good.
yes, the shoulder piece after a little while. I also paid attention. I was turning quite wide to the
Oh,
side, like trying to kind
oh,
of
like
twist
trying to
quite
be as
far.
much.
And then I decided, oh, wait, let's focus more on like kind of keeping the shoulder blades like really tight and my hands really close into my lower back. And it really did target that space just below the, so it made a lot of sense. I'm like, well, this
Yeah,
is pretty neat. I can understand that if there was a cold feeling.
the
I,
提示, the extreme posture relates to the shoulder blades pushing together. Whereas you're turning left, right, turning the body, that's yeah, it didn't suggest that you do that extreme to
no, and I just sort of
it's
found
just
myself
shoulder.
going that way, and then I was like, wait a second, let's
Right.
narrow this thought, and it was far
Yeah,
more targeting. It's interesting.
Mm. Yeah, so the turning the body is almost like doing it quite naturally while you're focusing more on bringing the shoulder blades to the back as close as possible. So, yeah. Oh, it's actually quite nice, isn't it? Because for us, like modern people, we hardly put ourselves in this kind of position, do we? We tend to be like, working in front of the computer and things like that. So it's always like hunched down rather than sort of stretch back. So this is forcing you to really opening up the chest and bringing the shoulder blades as, sort of closely together at the back. And while turning the body from side to side. Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, so Yeah, I mean, these are quite a sort of nice little a series of little exercises. There's another one more,
I would
page
just
2.
add, sorry,
Yes,
with this
sure.
last one, if that's okay. It sort of reminded me a little bit of the one where we tuck our throat into our shoulder blades and then look,
Turn.
where in that one it described it as like starting off slow and then speeding up.
Right, yeah.
When I slowed this last one down and really focus on keeping the shoulder blades sort of together,
Right.
like it's a little bit uh corrective, I guess I'd say. And
Okay.
then once I've sort of gotten my shoulder blades corrected and then start moving a little faster, then it feels like it incorporates like the whole spine a little bit more.
Ah.
But like if I was to teach this exercise, I would probably start out very slowly and methodically.
Mm,
Yeah.
And then as you sort of get that posture to sort of open up and
yeah.
tighten up in the back, then adding a little bit more vigor instead of just starting
Yeah.
quickly, right?
Right. Yeah, that's very good. So yeah, you wanted to make sure you're in that position. So well, that's when you refer to it as a correct your shoulder blades.
Yeah, and give it
Yeah,
time to sort of like cinch into place a little
yeah.
bit and then start adding a bit more mobility.
Yeah. Great, excellent. Right, so the last one, again, it says kneel with one knee up. So it's the Hu Gui, yeah, the barbarians kneeling. And the other knee against the ground, yeah. Bring both arms behind you, okay. Palms against the ground, okay. And emit qi downwards. Okay, you're trying to bring the qi down. And at first, slowly bring the qi down until you feel great compression in your lumbar spine. Okay, then return to the upright position. Do this to and fro, oh dear, twice, 7 times. I think that's one exercise because I think the next one is straighten your body. Again, you're in this kneeling, half kneeling position. Disperse your chi to the left and right by turning your waist, your waist, thrice 7 times. So this is a second exercise. So the whole thing, the whole exercise gets rid of cold compression below the navel and pain in the 解析, stomach 41 points. So the first one, you are bringing your hands down behind you. The chi goes down. Again, you're trying to feel this big compression in your lumbar spine, your lumbar spine. Then you return to the upright position.
So we also saw this on page 165.
Yeah, so I think we must done that already.
Yeah, in the cold knees caused by deficiency
Yeah.
exhaustion.
Oh,
Okay.
yes, that's right. Page 165. Yeah,
Figure
that's
116. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. So yeah, so that's the same exercise. That is to do with the cold need caused by deficiency exhaustion. Yeah, okay.
And here we have the cold disorder. So it's on reinforced.
Yes. Right. Should we have a go and see see if it's possible?
Mm-hmm.
I found the first one quite challenging because
That's putting it
I was
mildly.
trying to understand what this big stifling in the lumbar spine, the great compression in your lumbar spine, and because you kind of when you feel that, you then come back up. So if I keep waiting, my neck hurts, my hands hurts, rather than anything to do with my lumbar spine. And and it's quite hard to come back up, I kind of have to trying to find a way to bring myself up. I don't know. So what was your experience with the first part?
Well, I found it very, very difficult to do.
Very difficult to do, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I couldn't comfortably lean all the way back,
No.
without a lot of sort of pressure on my sort of
On your,
thighs.
yeah, also I got a lot, I put a lot of
Yeah,
my
and
weight
on
on
the
my,
palms of the hands too.
yes, to support the weight.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I definitely found it difficult. Like I don't think I could do it switching back and forth each time. It's too challenging to sort of just get into the position. But
Okay.
Yeah.
in terms of like the pushing down, like it was a really strong stretch on the folded legs, uh, like quadricep area, and I definitely felt it in the GSE point at the front of the ankle as well, just sort of sitting on
Okay.
the foot like that. And so I think that if you're bending your low back this way, sort of leaning your arms this way,
Hmm.
if you lift your pelvis up, you're going to get more stretch through that quad and through the hip flexors,
Right.
and it'll put more pressure on the arms. And
Hmm.
so like I would sort of like pulse the pelvis up a little bit to get really into that stretch across the hip flexor and into the quad,
Mm.
and then relax and then pulse and relax and do that
Oh.
7 times, and then sit up, do the
Oh.
dispersing left and right,
Mhm.
and then switch legs. Just because I think I tried switching it in between each one, switching legs into each, and it just felt so cumbersome. Like maybe if
Hmm.
I'd done it a
Yeah.
lot, that would get easier, but
Right. Right.
leaning backwards into the mat is challenging enough, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I still a little bit abstract though, Jesse, the way you describe. So could you demonstrate? Is that possible?
I'll try.
Hmm.
Um,
Uh,
Hard to get into the position, isn't it?
Yeah.
it is hard on this one for sure. Okay, so one leg up, one leg down,
Yeah.
leaning back.
Lean back. Right.
So with this one, I found it more comfortable to have my fingers pointing forward,
Ah, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then pushing my hands into the ground, lifting the pelvis up.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
stretching the front of the hip more,
Right.
and then relaxing.
Oh, you just sit down. Okay, you come back down and up again. Ah, okay, you don't change the legs. Okay, okay,
I
got it.
found that too much just because it's hard
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get into the
yeah.
posture.
Like
So I
shoot.
just do it 7 times on one side,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
exhaling as I stretch just because
Yeah,
that's what I'm used to it.
yeah.
Hmm.
Now, to get the pressure into the lumbar spine, if I
Yes.
tilt my pelvis a little bit, I get more stretch and I can sort of squeeze the low back to get that
Oh,
pressure
okay.
and then
Right, right, right.
relax.
And then just
So if
relax.
I,
Okay.
based on the instruction, I would generate the movement by squeezing the lumbar spine
Mm-hmm.
more so than pushing my hips forward. I suppose that would make more sense. So
Right,
squeeze the
right,
low
right.
back
Right, right, right.
and then relax. And then
Oh, that really makes sense without actually having to change the leg, isn't it? Because it doesn't really say that. It just say back and forth twice, 7 times. So when you feel this compression of your lumbar spine, then
Yeah,
you
says
twice.
up.
go you return up in an up slightly upward position, and then you go back down again, isn't it? So it's a bit like what you just did. So I
So
think that
if we were going up every time, it would add like almost like a sit up component to it, right? Because you'd be
mm.
coming rocking up.
Mm.
But I mean, I might need more practice to be able
Oh,
to do that.
环上. Mm,
And then once I
yeah,
was up, then I would
right.
do the twisting
Twisting.
to
Yeah.
disperse the chi of the
Yeah.
spine,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
and then switch legs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
Do
then
it
go
again.
back.
It's so cumbersome.
I know it's but maybe we're just, need to get used to it, isn't it? Get used to the exercise so it becomes a bit more fluid.
Mm.
But I like your idea that you are doing the back and forth twice, 7 times by just yeah, I don't know. huan shang is the key, isn't it? That
Yes.
that you're going up rather than go back down again.
Mm.
And also, yeah. So I suppose it is the hard way.
Mm.
Oh dear, dear, dear. And then also this idea of the chi going down, again, it almost like require some kind of visualization of bringing the chi down, facing, and then yeah. So that's when you are pushing the hands down, you imagine the chi goes down as well. You're emit the chi downwards.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Still found the great compression of the lumbar spine, which is what you demonstrate. I think that really makes sense of like trying to pushing it from behind, isn't it? To
Yeah.
push it up. But
Yeah.
then I think if we're going to religiously follow the text, after that you do sit up, back up to the half kneeling position. You
Oh
don't
boy.
necessarily need to change the leg. You might just then go back down again. And then yeah, it's hard because I found I couldn't really bring myself up very smoothly.
I think we have some yoga blocks. I'm gonna try it with maybe a lift. It might be easier. I'll be right back.
Yoga what? Yoga mat.
A block. It's a lift
Oh,
assistance.
all right, I see.
You might be onto something there.
Yeah, okay. So what's the 解析 point? Anybody can tell me a little bit more about the 解析 point because this is appears in several places in Zhubing and Holun.
It really does.
Yes, so it's obviously quite an important point. Is on the stomach, the stomach channel. Okay, it's there. All right. And what's that? What does that do if you if you stick a needle there?
Well, it's a fire
Oh,
point, isn't it? So it's supposed to drain heat out of the stomach.
Yes,
Drain, but then you don't have the heat though. This is more about
But that's what its function is as a fire point.
okay.
Fire
but it
points.
also just
Oh,
benefits the ankle, right? So it help you could use it locally for ankle pain as
yes.
well.
Yes.
And so yeah, so it's I think in this case, like if it was for cold accumulation, it would be for like stiffness and pain at the front of the ankle, not necessarily stomach channel fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, because it says get rid of the pain in that point.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
it's some kind of stiff ankle or something, isn't it?
Yeah. But when we do the 胡醉, we are activating this area.
胡桂, yeah,
Wait, yes,
yeah,
sorry.
the kneeling. Yes, right, right.
So I'm using
A block,
a block, and it makes it a lot
easier.
easier. So I would recommend for beginners to like have something to reduce because leaning straight on the floor is like a pretty full stretch for the
Right,
quadricep and the hip flexor there. And so
right.
to get used to the position, and certainly if you're
Mm,
going up and down,
mm.
for a beginner, I would not
Can
be
you,
afraid
can
to
you,
use it.
can you show us if you put your point the angle of your computer or something? Oh, perfect. Great. Thanks. All right. So is it your hand's gonna land on the block? Ah, okay. Yes. All right. So okay. Yeah.
But I'm compressing the back,
Right.
pressing the hands into the blocks,
Right. And then trying to squeeze the spine, the
but
lower
gradually going down. I can feel the compression in the spine about here.
right.
So here I'm actually bending the elbows
Right. Yes.
to lower myself. And
Right.
I guess you could go up
Hmm.
and lower.
Yeah, because it
Yep.
is like gradually going down, gradually lower your hands. So So that makes sense there. And then while you're doing that, you're gonna at some point feel this great compression.
Yeah, I do.
Good. I think your cat's trying to work out whether you're whether you're still okay or not.
My chihuahua.
All right, it's not your cat. Okay, your dog. Oh, so cute.
Nice.
Ah.
Mm.
Oh, so tiny.
It's very small. She's smaller than the cat.
Ah. Right, okay, let's move on, shall we? Chapter 37, 卷 12, section 7. So this is called symptoms of 厥 caused by cold and heat. This is quite a long description, and we can read it. It is quite a lot. There's one Daoyin exercise that comes with it. So should we read it? Should we read the disease entry? Are you interested in knowing more about the 厥?
Of course.
Yes.
Okay. Should we take turn to read it?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So I'll be I'll do the first one, and then Michael, you do the second paragraph. Pascal, you do the third. Jesse, you do the fourth. Crystal, you do the fifth. Is that all right?
Can I switch with Jessie because my English is not so good?
No, that's not true, Pascal. No, it's good for you to practice.
Okay, good.
Yeah, trust me, it's fine. Well, I mean, everybody will have a book. They can read it anyway. But it just then when you read it out, we got a bit of time to think about it as well. And then we can always discuss like, oh, what does that mean?
Good.
Okay, so I start because it's a very short paragraph. That's why I'm going to start. 厥 is a reversal. It means that when both yin and yang qi are suddenly depleted and exhausted, there is a reverse situation from normal. If yang qi is depleted in the lower body, it is called 厥. If yin qi is depleted in the lower body, it is heart 厥. Does it make sense?
I mean, so Jue as a character, I've had it described to me as cut off to the point of non-existence. Like Jue Yin in the meridians is the last of the yin before it turns to yang. So
Okay,
it's like
diminishing.
a winnowing down into nothingness.
Right.
And so this would make sense in terms of like the relative symptoms. If you have the yang qi winnowing down, then you get more yin, cold. And if you have the yin qi winnowing down, then you get yin deficiency, fire type symptoms of heat. So it's, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Michael, would you like to read the second paragraph, please?
Hot dew air produces heat and always starts from the soles of the feet. Yang qi begins on the surface of the 5 toes of the foot, while the yin vessels gather at the soles and congregate in the center of the foot. Therefore, if yang qi dominates, the feet become hot. Hot dew is caused by alcohol entering the stomach, making the network vessels full and the primary channels deficient. Spleen governs the transportation of fluids in the stomach. When yin qi is deficient, yang qi enters. When yang qi enters, the stomach is not in harmony. When the stomach is not in harmony, the essential qi becomes exhausted. When the essential qi becomes exhausted, it cannot nourish the 4 limbs. Such a person would frequently have sex after getting drunk and having a big meal. The qi, not yet dispersed, gathers in the spleen. Qi from the alcohol combines with qi from the grains, which generates heat inside. As a result, heat spreads all over the body. When there is heat inside, the urine becomes red. When the alcohol qi is abundant and becomes aggressive, and kidney qi is deficient, yang qi alone dominates, causing the arms and legs to be hot.
Mm. It's interesting that it almost very specific about the causes being the alcohol, something to do with alcohol, isn't it?
Mm.
Um,
I
as
mean,
it,
it's like alcohol, irregular eating, irregular lust. Like it
yeah.
is all of those activities which are unrestrained
Mm.
and not, properly scheduled, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in this description, it's describing uh, sort of more excess causes, right? Like you're drinking too much alcohol, eating too much, and having too much sex
Mm.
at the wrong times. But it does mention if this is happening and the kidney chi is deficient, then you have nothing to sort of balance it out, and then
Right.
you get this heat.
Yes. The yang qi dominates then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so there's a classical symptom of five heart fever where you have the hot palms and soles of your feet.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that this is describing that. Like you translate it as the arms and legs to be hot, but
Mm-mm.
classically you would see this sort of yin deficiency heat as just in the hands and the
Oh,
soles, not the whole arms.
not the whole arms. Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I feel here that the hot jue is different from the first paragraph because here it's more like an excess, and in the first paragraph it's more like a yin deficiency producing
Mm.
Mm.
Yes.
deficiency heat, no?
That's right. Yeah. So the heart jue in the first paragraph is to do with the yin qi being deficient, being depleted, whereas in the second paragraph is because it's like excess, isn't it? Too much,
Mhm.
too much of yang qi.
So I mean it does say that kidney chi is deficient at the end of the
Okay.
paragraph.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I think that this would explain why you can get away with this behavior for a while,
Mm.
Okay.
right? Like when you're young, you can drink and have too
Mm.
much sex and eat too much and stay up late and all these things, right? And you
Still,
don't
still
really get
okay.
any symptoms, but then you keep doing it 20, 30, 40 years.
Right.
And then
It
then now
catches
you're
up with you.
adding the heat and you don't have the kidney, like the resources to balance it out.
Ah.
And therefore you
Right.
start developing the symptoms
Mm-hmm.
as the lifestyle accumulates, right? So
Right.
even though it is excess, you could balance it out when you have
Mm-hmm.
good yin and yang of youth, and
Yeah.
then
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
kidneys start to become deficient, and then all of a sudden you've got these burning feet, and
Right.
it could even be,
Yeah.
possibly like certain Xiaoke, like the
Mm-hmm.
diabetes sort of conditions, or
Mm-hmm.
more like a
Yeah.
disease of aging in a sense. It
Mm-hmm.
comes
Mm.
on later.
Yeah, so more accumulative, like
Yeah.
chronic, to do with lifestyle, really, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
it's talking a lot about lifestyle, yeah.
Mm, yeah. Great. Okay, so Pascal, do you want to read the next one? It's quite long, but
Okay.
it's good. It's good. It's good for you.
Cold jue produces cold and always starts from the five toes, going up to below the knee. Yin qi begins inside the five toes, gathering below the knees and congregating above the knees. Therefore, if yin qi dominates, there will be cold from the five toes to above the knee. This cold does not come from outside, but from inside. What kind of failure causes cold jue? The front yin is where all sinew channel gathers and where tai-yin and yang-ming comes together. In spring and summer, there is a lot of yang-qi, while yin-qi is in decline. In autumn and winter, yin-qi is in abundance, while yang-qi is in decline. Despite having a strong constitution, one's essence can be drained by autumn and winter. The qi from the lower part struggles at the upper part of the body, unable to return. as the essential qi flows out from below, deviant qi enters, travels up, and dwells inside. Yang qi is in decline, unable to nourish the channel and the network vessel. Thus, yang qi decreases day by day, and yin qi alone remains. As a result, the hands and the feet become cold.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Wow, okay. That's very interesting. So almost slightly, again, it's a different scenario from the previous paragraph. The previous paragraph is like it appear that the body gets really hot.
Mhm.
And this one is to do with the weather being cold, and the deviant qi enters, because the deviant qi in this case is the cold qi. Then the yang qi then decreases. So then you become, yeah, the hands and feet are cold, become cold.
But because the yang qi is not strong enough to keep it
Mm.
down.
Yeah, so this is more a sort of elemental, isn't it? To do with the
Yeah,
weather, really,
yeah, yeah.
rather than to do with like lifestyle, irregular kind of lifestyle. So, but I
Well,
suppose,
equally, it could be advisory about lifestyle. In other
mhm.
words, protecting yourself in the winter.
Yes, right.
You know,
Yes.
because I lived in Manchuria where it's ridiculously cold,
Oh, right.
and you just basically wore 3 layers and didn't go out.
Mhm. Oh, right. Yeah, you
Common
got
sense,
right,
you
right. Yes. Otherwise, you expose yourself to a
yeah,
deviant chi.
yes.
Right. Okay.
One question I have, so where it says the front yin is where all sinew channels gather.
Hmm. Is the
Um,
third line from the
Mhm.
middle
Could
after the
that
question
could that
mark?
simply mean that the stomach and spleen channels run up the abdomen? Could it refer to that?
Possibly. I mean, it doesn't seem to quite fit in here, but I know in the Ling Shu in the Jue Yin liver
Yeah.
channel description, they talk about like all the yang, uh, the sinew channels gathering at the genitals with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when I said front yin, I know yin can sometimes be euphemism for the genitals. So I
Oh,
was,
yes. That's
Okay.
right. You're right.
yeah, I'm
Right.
not really sure like what purpose it has, if that is the interpretation here. So like, what is it about that? Like, it sounds like that's what they're talking about.
Mhm.
You
Mm,
know, Tai Yin and Yang Ming come together. Also,
yes.
Jue Yin,
Yeah.
which it doesn't mention, but I'm not sure what that would mean in this description. Like, why would
Why,
that be a
why, why,
factor?
yeah, why introducing this yeah, the sinew channels, isn't it?
Yeah.
Um,
So it has something to do with like the sinews. Yeah, like the cold will tighten the sinews.
yes.
Hmm.
Like you'll get tension and adhesions through the fascia,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
so that might be like the yang-qi in decline. But like it, do you think it might be alluding to like if the like, but if it meant sexual taxation, like they just talked about sexual behavior in the previous, I don't see why they would not talk about it here if that's what they meant.
Here, it really does not saying the person is doing that, because the
Yeah.
previous one is almost like trying, is very obvious. Is almost saying like this accusingly. Yeah, this person must be getting drunk and then have sex and this and that. So 此人必, that's the second paragraph. But this paragraph is not saying a person would do whatever. It's
Hmm.
really just about, so that in general, that is the case. The front in, which is where all the sinew channels gather, and is also the where the Tai Yin and Yang Ming come together. It's almost like stating the fact. And then you got the spring and the summer being the Yang Qi. You got a lot of Yang Qi, and then autumn and winter you got a lot of Yin Qi. So it's more like oh, hold on. But then it says this person, even though it has got a strong constitutions, but then the trouble is the winter and the autumn will still take away, the qi if that person is not careful, I suppose. So there's a part is referring to a person. So did you see that part that I'm referring to?
So it
Yeah.
might be alluding to like improper sealing of your essence in the winter. If you're
Yeah.
draining the chi from the lower part, sorry, where is it?
Yeah. Drained
You
by.
could, yeah, drained by the autumn and winter. So even if you have a good constitution, if you waste your essence in the autumn and winter,
Sure.
then you can develop the essential chi flows out from below, and
Yes.
the deviant chi enters, travels up and dwells inside, causing the yang chi to decline. And then the
Yes.
tissue, and then you get the jue. So I think it is alluding to
It's
like improper lifestyle in the
still
autumn and
alluding
winter.
to you might waste your jing qi, isn't it? So you might so it's still alluding to the person if they are not conserving their jing qi, then very likely the deviant qi will enter, and then you'll be in trouble then.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it says the yang qi decreases day by day. So this is
Yeah, that's
again
right.
like and over the course of years, you get away with it when you're young, and then you get
Yeah,
older and you
okay.
can't
Blah,
hack
blah,
it
That's
blah,
right.
blah.
anymore.
And then again, you can't do it when,
And then you
okay.
get this the limbs don't get warm, they start to congeal, and your feet and hands get cold.
Yes.
So
So,
that's an
okay.
interesting pathomechanism.
Yes. Okay. So I think the second paragraph and the third paragraph is kind of almost like echoing each other. So it does suggest that the person even has got a strong constitution, but then if it doesn't look after itself, the jing qi will, sort of depleted. If you're
Yeah.
not, so that's still, I think you're right. It's really related to the lifestyle. So you still need to somehow conserve your jing qi, and it's almost more referred to men, isn't it? This kind of
I
jing.
mean, traditionally, but I mean, women can lose essence as well, but
Sure.
it's
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like it could be specifically referring to that, but I think it's pretty by gender. I mean, women could drink and frolic too much as well and improperly, I suppose.
Yeah.
Generally, they say that it's more exhausting for men, but
Mm-mm-mm.
women also bleed monthly, right? So that's
Right.
a
Yeah.
draining of essence from below as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
经济一下. Okay. Yeah. So that's definitely to do with if you're not trying to conserve the jing qi.
So I'll
All right.
continue.
Next one. Yes, please.
Yeah. When jui occurs, the abdomen becomes bloated and the person remains unable to recognize anyone for half a day or even a whole day. This is caused by an abundance of yin qi in the upper part of the body. Qi from the lower part also rises to the upper part, causing reversal of deviant qi. Where there is a reversal, yang qi becomes chaotic. When it is chaotic, the patient cannot recognize people.
So this is obviously it's already like quite a serious. This is already like years and years of not looking after yourself.
It's weird that it's so specific about this time. Like someone's normal, and then all of a sudden they have like amnesia, and then like it's almost maybe referring to like what we think of like early Alzheimer's symptoms, where people like have
Sudden,
they might sundown in the evening, and then they don't recognize who you are, and then the next day they're
back to
better again.
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it just feels like this sort of the onset of Alzheimer, doesn't it?
And that's like that. If that is in the ballpark, they are talking about Alzheimer's being like a metabolic condition, right? Like it's almost like the third type of diabetes type 3. They're sort of,
Mm.
so it's like if you're eating too much and drinking too much,
Yeah.
and then like over time you
Whoa.
have like phlegm clouding like the upper
Yeah,
part of the
yeah,
body,
yeah.
and no yang qi circulating properly, so you
Mm-hmm.
just have stagnation, and you lose
Yeah, yeah.
like your memory. Yeah. I mean,
That
so I don't want to say to be too specific. It might mean many other things too, but I think
sure.
that
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
does sort of describe this like changing mental state of clarity and
Mm-hmm.
chaos.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's interesting that you mentioned about this, because we often think about Alzheimer being neurological disorder, and there's a lot of illnesses that we will call that being neurological disorder, but actually they are to do with the metabolic kind of disharmony, to do with
Well,
the too much eating and drinking, or problem with digestive system, really.
and then, looking at it from the perspective of like the brain being the seat of marrow, and the
Mm.
marrow being the root of memory.
Mm.
So, like I've had the Sea of Marrow described as like the glaciers on the top of a mountain. It's like the
Mhm.
historical memory of the region is stored at the highest point where it's supposed to be cold. But then if you exhaust your essence,
Yeah.
or have too much heat, then you melt the glaciers, we get global warming, and
Okay.
then we lose our memory, right? And so like that's sort of the environmental representation of this, where you like lose your memory and you can't
Body.
recognize. Yeah,
Right, right, right.
yeah,
Gosh, so interesting. I mean,
yeah.
so the sea marrow, is that in the brain?
The brain is the sea of marrow.
yeah.
Oh, the okay, right, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
And then you start losing the fluids because
yeah.
of
Like you either have too much yang qi slowly melting the Taiyang wants to be
glacier.
cold, right? It's the northern cold.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
so if you have too much heat, you break that air
Disperse.
conditioning unit that you have in your Taiyang cold. And then, but you could also, if you have too much yin qi, you could also have clouding of orifices, which is causes reality breaks as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It-
Okay, so serious case. Right. Crystal, you happy to read the last bit before we get to the Daoyin instruction?
Okay. When there is Jie in the Taiyang channel, both heels and head become heavy and they cannot walk. They lose consciousness and collapse. When there is Jue in the Yang Ming channel, there will be a mental disorder. The patient wants to walk about and shout. Their belly is full and they cannot lie down. If they do lie down, their face becomes red and hot. They will have hallucinations and speak nonsense. When there is Jue in the Shaoyang channel, the patient suddenly becomes deaf and their cheeks swell up. There is heat in the chest and pain in their ribs, and they cannot move. When there is Jue in the Taoyin channel,
Mm-hmm.
the abdomen is full and bloated, causing problems with bowel movements. They lose their appetite. They cannot eat. They will vomit, and they cannot lie down. When there is Jue in the Shaoyin channel, the tongue is dried, the urine is red, the abdomen is full, and they have heart pain. When there is Jue in the Jieyin channel, the lower abdomen swells up and is painful. It is bloated, causing problems with urination. They prefer to bend their knees when lying down. The genitals are either shrunken or swollen, and there is heat in their inner lower legs. The orthodox prescriptions for decoctions, hot patch needles, and stones are given elsewhere. The Yangsheng supplementation and Daoyin instructions are attached below. Well, this I'm going to take liberty and say is very interesting. If we actually do connect it back to the very first paragraph that talks very intensely of lifestyle and especially around alcohol, and we fast forward to modern time, this is a description of what happens in late stage liver disease and alcoholism.
Ah.
And even the previous paragraph, when it talks about you can have dementia secondary to alcoholism.
Yeah.
So it seems like it didn't seem connected at the time, but now all of a sudden it does seem kind of clear that there is a common thread through all of these, and it is describing the progressive deterioration of the body in an event when in a more youthful time you take liberty with several indulgences. And this particular chapter just brings everything, or this paragraph brings it all together and says that each one of these channels will be affected, and this is what to look for. I mean, that's very interesting. Yes. I think it loops back to what Jesse was talking about before, where the yin space is more about the genitals, and this, I think, kind of ties into that very well as well.
And then you have those kind of the jue that follows the channel's progression. Is that right? So you start with like seeing the signs of the taiyang jue, and then you got the somehow the heels and the head being very heavy, you can't walk.
Yeah.
And then
I don't.
Do they go from that state to the next stage to the next stage, or not necessarily?
I'm not so sure it's like a progressive. I don't think that the channel progression matches what you'll see. It's just describing
a different type
from like the yang from the yang channels to the yin channels. What would be a common sort of
not necessarily you start with the reversal of the taiyang, and then somehow you move to the next channel.
Well, the symptoms will just tell you where the problem is, won't they?
Right.
Yeah, I feel like, well, I agree with Crystal that, like, for example, in the Jue Yin Jue, having the swollen abdomen, like I had a neighbor who passed away from alcoholism a few years ago, and his abdomen was just like massive. He was two little stick legs and a giant gut. And so, but I don't think it's necessarily one-to-one. Like I would agree that alcoholism would cause some symptoms of Jue, but then like the Yangming Jue seems to me like a really, like almost like a mania presentation, right? So I think that this is like a multi-condition pattern where when it, like the Jue is cutting off to the plane of non-existence, so it indicates like a lack of circulation of qi and blood. So when you have that in a specific channel, the Taiyang channel, is the erector muscles, and if that is, blocked off, then you don't have the ability to hold your head up, so you sort of, your head falls forward.
Yeah.
And so it's like when there's not circulation and it affects a specific channel, the Shaoyang channel might even be like, mumps or, like, there's a lot of diseases that could fit into these different patterns. But I think it's describing as like when the meridian flow becomes blocked off and either you get an excess or deficiency in this channel, this is what it looks like. And it could be from metabolic cases like alcoholism, but I think that there's also other reasons why this can happen, if that makes sense.
Yes, and also, but it feels tend to be to do with lifestyle. If you're not conserve your qi,
it does, doesn't it?
It does feel that's something about that you need to look after yourself really. More careful. Pascal?
Yeah, it really feels that this is an extreme condition to each channel, what happens, and then you have the symptoms. I also don't think that is a progression. It's really
no. but it's almost like an accumulative things that towards the, some kind of a um, management of your life become sort of chronic. So things will accumulate. Then you become you then manifest in either in the Taiyang Jue or in the Yangming Jue or in the Shaoyang or the Shaoyin. So and then they manifest in a different ways.
Mm.
Um,
Kind of
I think
like an
one of the
umbrella
things,
term, isn't it?
hmm?
It's kind of like an umbrella term where it just simply tells you
Mm,
the symptoms tell you where the actual manifestation is. And as you were saying, not necessarily a progression
aggression.
through,
Hmm.
you
I
know.
found the first one quite poignant actually. The Jue in the Taiyang channel,
Yeah.
both heels and head becomes heavy and they can't walk. Because that's kind of almost a little bit like what happened to my husband, who has diagnosis being having not Alzheimer, Parkinson's. So if you
Ah,
see people with Parkinson's, they feel like they can't lift their legs. They got sort of freezes in one spot as if they, it's just they can't move. And so
yeah.
it feels, and also, yes, I do feel that is related to alcohol because although my husband was not a heavy drinker, but he was a constant drinker for
Hmm.
many, many years. So this is
Yeah.
a cumulative lifestyle choice.
Right.
Well, I think for over a long period of time, I think it really affected the health. And it's interestingly, his Parkinson's brought on when he decided to stop drinking.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
only then he started to experience some sort of, mobility issue.
Hmm.
While he was drinking, he was fine. He was really functioning quite well. But only when he stopped drinking,
Hmm.
then there's all sorts of problems manifested. And
Right.
it's actually quite serious. So I just thought when I was reading this, it's interesting that it talks about, alcohol, specifically mention alcohol and how obviously there's also other elements, to do with too much food and too much sex and irregular kind of lifestyle choices. But the fact that it mentioned alcohol, I found that quite interesting because obviously is also quite a prevalent problem in the modern time.
Hmm.
Hmm.
With
I
the
also,
Taiyang channel as well. Sorry, in modern TCM, Zhuizhang is like syncope, like fainting, right? And
Right.
so it's like, you stand up too fast and then
Ah,
things get cut
okay.
off
Mhm.
and then you
Yeah.
fall over. So the
Mhm.
losing consciousness and collapse
Yes.
might be a factor with that as well.
Mm.
But yeah, this is a more detailed description than I came across
Mm.
in modern TCM. It's nice to sort of flesh out this concept and see how it can manifest in different ways and what the etiology of it is as well.
Mhm, mhm.
And the exercise is so simple, it's going to cure all of our
Yeah,
problems.
exactly. So this is basically what we should just tell people to do.
Yeah, it's
Lie
really
on your
easy.
back, stretch out both
Yeah,
legs.
so lie on your back, stretch out both legs, and inhale chi through your nose as much as you can. Take 7 breaths. So you do that, take 7 breaths. Shake your legs 30 times, then stop. This get rid of cold and jue reversal flow in your legs.
Wow.
What do you think?
So this
I
is
de
more for like the physical leg issue than all
Yeah.
the other issues necessarily.
Oh,
Do you think that the inhaling chi is the seven small inhales until you're fully full?
no,
And
is
then, or
you
is it
take
seven
7 breaths
breaths? Breathe in as much as you can, breathe out
and
as you.
then do that 7 times.
And are we shaking our legs on the inhalation or the exhalation or the whole time?
That's a problem. I don't even know because my translation was sounds as if you do the breathing and then you do the shaking. But then I imagine you take you inhale. I don't know because you because there are two things happening, isn't it? You have to breathe 7 times, but then you also shake your leg 7 times. Does that mean,
30.
oh, sorry,
30
30 times. Does that mean 210 times?
2 7 breaths.
Maybe we need this intensity to get rid of
That's,
juice.
oh yes, I know. Oh, that's kind of,
Uh,
well, I mean, definitely inhale qi through your nose, extreme, self-extreme. So take it as much as you can
Oh,
in. Then you do that 7 breaths.
yes.
Shake your feet 30 times, then stop. So how would you, should we try do it either together or separately, or do it while inhaling, or do it, can you just maybe just try it and then see how you feel, yeah?
Mm.
So so how did you do it? Did you breathe first and shake the legs, or do you somehow breathe in and then shake the legs and breathe out, or how did you do it?
well, I did the 7 breaths in, held it, and then shook my legs. I don't know about anybody else, but at first I found it very difficult to coordinate that.
Now hold on.
With a bit of practice,
You inhale, and
and
then you just
held the breath while I did it.
hold the breath while
Yeah,
you're doing that.
yeah. But
And
there's a
then
distinct difference between rolling your leg and just doing your feet, isn't there?
yeah, it's 摇足. Yeah, 摇足 is like rolling your feet rather than the leg,
Yeah,
isn't it? Ah,
yeah,
okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I did it as rolling the whole legs. Okay, so it's
Well, I
just
tried both, and as I said, it sort of it's one of those things you definitely need to practice.
yeah, yeah. Um, so you hold your breath while you're shaking your
Yeah, and
feet.
then breathe out.
Breathe
Yeah.
out. After 30, after count 30 times.
Yeah,
That's quite a
yeah.
long time holding the breath.
Well, you do it very quickly.
All right. Okay, okay. Um, and then breathe out.
Yeah,
So you do that, breathe in again. So you do that 7 times.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
All right.
I
Yeah.
do it
Yeah.
fairly similar. I would breathe in and shake as I was breathing in,
Right.
Oh,
and
shake as
then
you're breathing.
breathe out after 30. So I found the 30 count was like a nice, like after 30, I was feeling like my abdomen was really full, and then I breathe out.
So you
So
were
it's
breathing in as you were doing.
Shaking the
as I was
leg.
shaking.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think that, we're stretching our legs out and then shaking the feet. So we're sort of like loosening up like all the hip area, the internal and
Mm,
external rotators of the hip.
right.
So I don't know. Yeah, in terms of the breathing, it's difficult to say. There was way back there was an exercise where it was like breathe in, hold your breath, and move your
Mm,
arms around. So there is a bit of precedent for the holding your breath and doing
and
movement
moving.
while you
Yeah,
hold.
right,
So
right,
that could be correct as well.
right.
It's hard to differentiate.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting because it doesn't tell you to be qi, because this text is quite good at telling you if you need to hold the qi or not. Um, so if you need to hold your breath while shaking your feet, it feels as if it should really tell you that. The fact it
Hmm.
doesn't tell you that, it doesn't, I don't know. Um, but then you definitely do it after you inhale the qi through your nose. Um, somehow yeah, that's the trouble, because then you take 7 breaths.
Yeah. I
Then
think
you
yeah, from the text, I will also do first 7 breaths and then
just shake the
yeah.
feet. Yeah.
But I've done the same. Michael, I just took my breath. I try it also and then shake the legs and it feels good actually.
Yeah. By holding while
Yeah,
holding the chi.
yeah.
Mm.
But from the text, I will also do first the breath and then after the
Yeah. Because then that feels almost like quite simple, isn't it? If you want to give somebody quite a simple instruction, especially if as at least that's like a start to start with, you
Mm.
just do the breathing. then you shake your legs, then we kind of already wanted to combine the two. So that could be at the next stage, you inhale. So you inhale either already shaking your legs, that's what Jess was doing, or you inhale, hold the breath, then you shake your feet. That's what Michael was doing.
Yeah.
Or
Uh,
the most literal is you just inhale and exhale 7 times and then shake your feet,
yeah, that's right.
which
Mm.
to me is feels the most underwhelming. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's not, it feels quite almost like quite a basic level, isn't it?
mhm.
But then,
So it says that,
even I can imagine even that if I tell my husband to do it, that's already challenging enough.
okay.
Like because if you got two things going on, one is inhale, exhale. The other one is shaking the feet. So I think to introduce the two things together, you kind of have to tell them do that as a two things separately, and then once you know those are the two components, you somehow can either inhale while shaking the feet and or inhale holding the chi and shake. At the moment, we still don't know. I mean, you could also inhale through your nose, hold the breath. No, don't hold the breath. Just exhale and then shake the legs, the feet. That's also another possibility, isn't it? The trouble is, it doesn't tell you to hold the breath, so it only tells you inhale to extreme, 7 breaths, shake feet 30 times, and stop.
Okay. So here's a funky idea.
Okay, go on then, Crystal.
Okay, good, because we're out there, right?
Hmm.
So, what if in past chapters we've taken breath in, we breathe in through our mouth, we sort of like expand and not even actually quite get rid of it. So we're retaining some of that carbon dioxide. We've debated that before. So when I did this one, I didn't hold my breath. The instructions don't say that at all. So it wasn't even something on my mind. I took a breath in, kept my feet still, and then on the exhale, wiggled my feet. I did find that towards the tail end, there wasn't a whole lot of breath left. And it was the opposite of what we have previously done. And I was extinguishing all of the breath instead of retaining some
Ah,
of the breath. And what is the chapter? Opposite.
yeah, very reversal.
So I thought it was a moment of, oh, that's kind of interesting. There's not a lot of breath left. And I'm kind of like digging deep to get that last little bit out so I can get to the 30 feet wiggles.
Right.
Just an idea.
Yes. Yeah. I kind of did that as well. Um, yeah, because I did not hold my breath. I exhale because I realized in order to I kind of have to remember I need to inhale through my nose and then I don't want to just exhale and then do that 7 times. So I thought, yeah, okay, I'm gonna inhale and then when I'm exhale, then that's when I can then remember to do my feet 7 times. I actually did the whole legs. But actually realizing now it's just the feet shaking 30 times. And then I inhale and then exhale shakes. So I think I did that, yeah, similar what you did. Um, I think it's interesting that the way you did it though, Crystal, because you're trying to almost like get rid of every last bit of the chi out to get to that 30 count. Whereas I think Michael, you're trying to do it as quickly as possible so then you don't completely exhaust the chi. Is that right, Michael?
Yeah, I guess.
No,
Yeah.
no, hold on, hold on. You did it while you're holding the chi. So
Doing you while I was holding it. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Mm.
But
I
it
think
didn't seem problematic holding it. It
okay,
seemed comfortable
doing the 30 counts.
holding the breath. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Right. Mm. And then exhale.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this is something we kind of need to like practice a little bit in order to feel which one is more beneficial. Do you think? Because I do like Crystal's explanation, this idea of like completely exhaust the qi out, 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 out. But why are we doing that? I don't know. It, yeah,
Does the term guozhi at the end, like the
yeah.
guozhi, like does that sort of link anything together in any way?
So guo is like pass. Yeah, so
Yeah,
30 pass. So you pass 30, then you stop. So
yeah,
after
but
you, mm,
does the guo like because I know that you've talked about like it's fairly sequential. It says this, you do this, and then you do
yeah,
this,
that's
and then you
right.
do this. But would the guo like connected in any way or like make it
Guo connects to the number. So it's the 30 guo. So
right,
once you pass the counting of 30, stop.
right. And
Mm,
it says that this gets rid of cold and Jue reversal flow in your legs. So
mm.
do you think that we wouldn't want to do this exercise for the hot guo? I mean the hot Jue?
The heart jue.
Yeah, because it
Mm,
gets rid of cold.
that's
And
right.
yeah, so it says Zhu Han Jue Ni.
Yes.
So if this was hot, maybe we wouldn't want to do
No,
this.
we wouldn't. So this
Which
is
is
only
funny because
referred to the cold. Mm,
yeah, half of the description was for the hot and half was for
that's right.
cold. And then it
Yes,
only gives us an exercise for cold.
that's right. And that's only because this text here is originally is about classifying diseases. And so
Hmm.
that's their main task. And then they attach these Taoing instructions is because there's this will of trying to promote the Taoing exercises. And these court physicians, they try because they did not invent these exercises. They did not look at the diseases entry that they just knew, systematized and then say, okay, we need an exercise for the hard jue and the cold jue. We need this, we need this, we need that. Actually, they don't have that kind of luxury because they could only find certain exercises from those text that's there in the Sui court in the bibliography. So that's why you get the quotations. Yeah. So it's this text says you do this, and then that text already telling you that is for getting rid of the cold and jue. So really imagine if you're the imperial court physician, you are picking up that exercise because you could see that is related to the cold jue.
So I would postulate then, because this is the last exercise in the scroll on cold and hot disorders.
Yes.
So I would postulate that if someone had like the heat jue, like the burning feet, or if they had the Yangming Jue where they're feeling hot every time they lie down and their face, then we would do the exercises on page like 218,
218.
which are for symptoms of hot
Yeah,
disorders,
that's
right?
right.
Which is in the
So,
same scroll. So maybe it's saying like this is what you do for the cold Jues, and then if you have heat, then
mhm.
you can do the other ones in the scroll.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Is that the 218 is the first Taoing instruction there, which
So yeah, like
lie on your back with both knees together, spread your feet. Is
Yeah.
that the one?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
shaking
Right.
shaking the abdomen and then
Yeah.
lying like
Mhm.
looking up at the sun and
Yeah.
ingesting the sun. So if you have heat, you can do
Yeah,
these exercises.
that's
But if you
right.
have cold, then
Then
we'll add in this one for the cold.
yes, also the next one is also to do with the heat, isn't it? They're all to do with the heat actually. That on page 218 because it is the heart disorder, isn't it?
Yeah, but
That
it's in the same scroll, so I feel like
right, right.
it's not a stretch to be a little
No.
creative and apply those exercises for heat
Mm,
symptoms if they have that.
that's right. I think it's only because this disease entry is talks about 绝 is the 绝后. And that's why I think they only picked up this particular Daoyin exercise, which is to do with the cold and the jue reversal. Yeah. And then obviously there's probably they did not find other Daoyin exercises related to the hot jue.
Mhm.
So, okay, 足冷厥逆, yeah, 足寒. So I think we are we slightly running out of time, but not too bad. And I know that Michael's dinner is ready. Is that right, Michael? I hope somebody has cooked your supper. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. This is great. We finished. We finished this chapter 37, and next time we're going to work on the qi disorder. That's brilliant. Well, thank you so much, everyone. So
Well,
see
thank
you next
you.
time.